Hello. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to the next session of SAP ABAP on HANA training series. And thank you for choosing Wiki tutorials. So guys, in our previous session, we have discussed about some blocks. We have discussed about containers. So firstly, when we started this session, we have started with the SQL script basic. So it's a programming database programming language. Then we have discussed about the type of statement. There are two types of statement. One is declarative and another is imperative logic. Then we have discussed more about the data flow. Then in the previous session, we have discussed about the types of containers. First is anonymous block, second is procedure block, third is your function block. So what is a container? So it's a block of SQL script code. For example, like just giving you a simple example, don't take it as same. We create a subroutines in our app. Same thing. Why we create it? For example, we want to display data. First, we will create a perform get data, then we will display perform display data. So we are creating a block and then calling through that block. Same thing with over here also. It's like our code is divided into blocks. So there are three types of containers. First, anonymous block, procedural block, and function block. What is anonymous block? They doesn't exist. Okay, they does not exist in the database. For example, as a name, anonymous means it has no names. There's no name for that. And we have discussed about what is a procedure block, function block, all of those things we have discussed in depth over in our previous session. Okay, we have discussed about function also. So in the today's session, guys, we will discuss what are the some points which we need to remember. Okay, there are some points to remember before starting this SQL script code. And from the just next session, we will go into the system and we will start creating. Okay, so the first thing is SQL script is not a case sensitive. I don't think I have to explain this to you at this point of time. This is every one of you know. So SQL script is not a case sensitive. Second thing is every statement in SQL script ends with semicolon. As I just told you in our previous session, everyone ends with semicolon. As I told you in the previous session, what I we have discussed, like our every line will end with the semicolon. As you know, in a web, every line will end with a full stop. Same with the SQL script. Here, every line ends with the semicolon. Is this clear, guys? Now, the third point is when we declare a variable, whenever we declare a variable and want to use that variable into our code, in that case, then we have to use semicolon. We have to use colon. Okay, we have to use this. Sorry. This colon symbol. Okay, before the variable. Okay, but is it clear? So if we have created a variable and we want to use that variable, then what we have to do? We have to use semicolon. Okay, we have to use this semicolon without that, before that. But when we want to assign a value to our variable, we don't need to use colon. Okay. For example, let's say an example. Okay. Let's say an example, guys. Okay. So simple example, guys. We will take here. For example, declare a integer. Okay. Then I will declare y integer, then and with which line? It will end with semicolon. Then declare x, y, z. Sorry, let's say it's array b and say as c, which will be of type integer. Okay, declares t or z as integer. Okay, I'm having three variables here, which is a, b, and z. Now I want a summation into z. Z equals to what I just told you here. When we declare a variable and want to use that variable into our code, then we have to use this colon symbol. We have declared this a and b variable. Now I want to use this into our code. Then what I have to use this? I have to use this colon. A plus colon b, and then end the line with semicolon. Is this clear, guys? Okay. I hope this one is clear to everyone. This is okay. Now the next important thing is if we want to one second again, leave it. If we want the output data from SQL script code, everything evolves around SQL. Okay, we can use a table. In that case, this is very important. We can use a table called dummy to show the output on console. Okay, from variable. I will show you what is this dummy, but remind this dummy. Okay, console from variables. Is this clear, guys? Okay, so if you want the output data from SQL script code, then everything will moves around this SQL only, and we can use a table. In that case, you will use a table called dummy to show the output. I will show you where I will be using this dummy concept. Okay, then when we are working with SQL console, okay, system will add default the default schema. What is schema? Default schema, or I will say it's the session schema. Like I will show you what is this. Okay, session schema to your users schema. Whenever I will be writing a code, then it will add all of those things into my user schema. Okay, I will show you what I'm talking here about this. Okay, one by one. Okay, guys, don't get confused here. Just go with the flow now. Okay, then I will show you in the system how the things are evolving. Okay, whenever we create any object system, whenever we create any object, system will perform the activation. The system will perform the activation on session schema. Whenever we create any object, then what system will perform? System will perform the activation on session schema, and how we can check using the statement. What is the statement, guys? Using the statement, select. I will say select current schema from dummy. Okay, I will show you guys this one also. Okay, whenever we create any object, system will perform the activation on the session schema. Is this clear, guys? So we can also change this session schema. Okay, we can change this session schema. How can we change? I will say for you now. We can change the session schema for that session. Whichever the session is open, we can change the session schema using the statement. What is the statement? Think using the statement set schema. Okay. Then set schema name. Set schema. I will write command. Okay. For example, whichever the name you want to give or set schema. Then here what I will do is I will give my schema name. I will show you guys this one. How can you set the schema? How can you check the schema? Okay. Schema. Okay, this clear, guys? Clear. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So that we can access the object of other schema. And okay, for example, let's say my current schema is 8. Okay, my current schema, let's say my current schema is 8, and I have changed my schema to schema B using this. Okay, in that case, what will happen is then we can access the objects for the other schema during we can access the objects of this B schema, okay, during until and unless our during SQL console is open. Until and unless our SQL console will be open, we can do this. Is this clear, guys? Okay. Remember, whenever as soon as we will close the session, we will close this session, and yeah, guys, we will close this session and open an another one. The okay, what do you think? What will happen if we will close the current session now? If where we have changed this our schema to B schema, and we have opened the session, we have opened the new session. Then what will happen? And open an another one. Then yeah, what do you think, guys? Then open the new one or another one, and open an another session. Okay, and open the another one. The session schema will be reset, okay, to the user's schema again. What I just told you here if you have, this is my A, which is by default my schema. Okay, we have changed this schema to P schema. Then if we will close that session and open a new session again, then it will automatically reassign to this user schema name. Is this clear, guys? Okay. Last and important. Okay. 1 second. Last point, and this is also very important. Okay. If we are assigning, if we will not assign assign any value to a variable, the value will be assigned to null. Okay, what does this mean, guys? I will show you just 1 second. Let me open Notepad for you once. Okay, so I'm telling you here in the last point I told you if we will not assign a value to a variable, the value will be assigned to a null. For example, I will say declare x integer. I will say declare y integer. Okay, so declare z integer. Is it clear? And I will do x equals to, I am not assigning anything to x, and y equals to 10. Okay, then z. So what it will do? It will assign a null value to the x. And if I will go by doing this x, how I have to use colon x plus colon y. Then what it will do, guys? It will give us a null result. Okay, I will show you in the demo session in our next session. Okay, so all of these points are clear, guys. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So SQL script is a case sensitive language. Okay, here every statement will end with the semicolon. Here, if you want to declare any variable and we want to use this, we have to use a colon previous to that. If we want to the output data from SQL, we can use the table which is there. So just go to this point again, and we will start our demo session in our next session. Okay, guys. I hope this one is clear to everyone, guys. So, guys, that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Have a good day. Bye bye.